This is Friday Night Football on KLST, brought to you by Randall Motors.
Good evening and welcome into Friday Night Football, everyone's favorite night. Week 7 is in the books. I'm Charles Bryce. The next 15 minutes, I'll have recaps from every game all over the Concho Valley. We start with the Central Bobcats, who traveled to Midland Legacy for their district opener. The Bobcats opened the district on the road against defending champion Legacy. They were 3-2 and on a 3-game win streak. The Rebels 1-4 as district is finally here. Legacy quarterback J.P. Reyes to wide receiver Aiden Serrano gets to the half-yard line, scores the next play, 6-0 Rebels. Legacy wide receiver Aiden Serrano punches it in from the for the two-point conversion, 8-0 Rebels. Legacy Reyes' Serrano, big touchdown. He gets in untouched, 15-0 Rebels. Legacy throws interception to KSAN Rogers. Central quarterback Christian English passes to tight end Kasner Stribling, resulting in TD. Rebels lead 15-6 after a failed 2-point try. San Angelo Central dancers cheering. At last check, the Rebels led 42-29 late in the fourth. And now we switch to Class 3A, starting with TLCA San Angelo versus Sweetwater from the Mustang Bowl. TLCA was looking for its first win after an 0-5 start. Sweetwater came in at 2-3. This was the first meeting between the Eagles and Mustangs, and it was all Sweetwater. Mustangs rolled 90-0. Mustangs now 3-3. TLCA 0-6. Grape Creek hosted Coahoma. Grape Creek came in at 2-4. Coahoma 4-1. Second quarter action with Coahoma leading 6-0. Grape Creek's sire Garcia takes it at 6-6 on about a 16-yard touchdown run. Conversion failed. Still in the second, Coahoma's Jaden Vineyard punches it in on a short touchdown scamper. The Bulldogs regain the lead at 12-6. PAT was no good. The Eagles pull even on a TD connection from QB Daniel Achondo to Garcia, making it 12-12 late in the second. And then Cyree Garcia adds a 2-point conversion run to give Grape Creek a 14-12 advantage with time running out before half. Coahoma's Noah White is bottled up on a kickoff return. Eagles lead 14-12 at the break, and Grape Creek would go on to win 34-20. The Lakeview Chiefs welcome the Brownwood Cubs to town for homecoming. This matchup first happened in 1962, but has not happened in the past 3 seasons. First play from scrimmage, Lakeview with a surprise onside kick to start the game, and the Chiefs waste no time. Chris Alviso finds Francisco Ramirez over the middle, 7-0 Chiefs. Midway through the first, Lakeview back in the red zone, a Wildcat formation here, and Isaiah Rios walks into the end zone on a direct snap, 13-0 Lakeview. Still first quarter, 2 minutes to go. Lakeview is starting to run away with this one. Alviso finds Braylon White in the corner of the end zone, 19-0 Chiefs. Defensive side of the ball now, Brownfield facing 4th and goal at the 4-yard line, and Jeremiah Williams tries to muscle his way in but cannot. Lakeview's defense holds strong for the stop. A little over 5 minutes to go before halftime. Alviso continues to shine, finding Christopher Rodela on this beautiful throw, 25-6 Lakeview. That set the tone for the remainder of this one. Lakeview running away with the win tonight, 43-6. Our very own Griff McClellan was at the game, and he has more details.
Good evening, Concho Valley. I'm Griff McClellan, live inside San Angelo Stadium for tonight's post-game report, where Lakeview dominated Brownfield tonight, 43-6, snapping a 3-game losing skid. What was the big story going into tonight? Lakeview needed to eliminate miscommunications and digging themselves some early holes. We spoke with head coach Hector Guevara earlier this week, telling us that exact thing. Well, tonight, it was a different story. Lakeview surprised the whole homecoming crowd tonight, jumping right out of the gate with an onside kick, fooling Brownfield, and then later scoring on the first play from scrimmage as Alviso went off tonight, continued to shine, and Lakeview found a variety of ways to score on the ground through Wildcat formations in the air, you name it, Lakeview did it. And this was much needed for Lakeview, now 2-5 on the season, and feeling a little more confident and regroup, recharge, heading into their bye week. And 2 weeks from now, Lakeview will begin district play. That's all for now from San Angelo Stadium. I'm Griff McClellan. Back to you guys.
This live shot is sponsored by AFCO Steel.
The number 7 Wall Hawks took a 4-game win streak into their district opener on the road against Merkel. The Hawks are 5-1. The Badgers came in at 0-6. The Hawks led the series 7-1, and this is the first matchup since 2015. And the Hawks would go on to win 48-7. Sticking with Class 3A, the Brady Bulldogs began district with a showdown on the road against Dublin. Brady started the year at 4-1, and Dublin is 0-5. This is the 7th straight year in this series. Brady held a 6-5 edge, and the Bulldogs hung on 34-31. When we come back, we'll take a look at Class 2A. Don't go anywhere.
This is Friday Night Football on KLST, brought to you by Randall Motors.
The Cristobal Cougars were hoping to put a 1-4 start behind them. The Wolves enter this game 2-3 on the year. The Cougars 1-4, looking to regroup. Shotgun handoff to Manuel Riojas as he's going to fight through an arm tackle and cross the line with vengeance for the early 6-0 lead for the Cougars. Manuel again with the handoff. A few drives later takes this one outside left and picking up the first down to extend the drive here in this matchup. Same drive a little bit later, shotgun snap to Stanton McLaughlin, keeps it himself and takes it outside on the scramble for the first down. Leading into this snap, quick strike from Stanton and the easy score over the middle. Cristobal up 2 scores at this point, and Cougars would go on to win 42-14. Those on the Lions traveled to Reagan County for a matchup of 4-1 teams in this district opener on Thursday. They've met 11 straight years. The Owls held a 43-42-3 series lead coming into tonight, and the Owls prevailed 44-28. The Sonora Broncos welcomed the Forsan Buffaloes to town for their district opener. The Broncos held a 7-1 series lead coming in, but Forsan was the winner in 2021. Not this time, however. Sonora shuts out the Buffs 52-0. Sticking with 2A results, number 9 Mason flexed its muscles with a 4-game win streak coming into this district opener against Thorndale at the newly renovated Puncher Dome. This was all Mason as the Punchers went on to roll 58-14. And the El Dorado Eagles were looking to hand the Iran Braves their first loss of the season after a 5-0 start. This is the 3rd straight year for the Eagles and Braves to hook up in a series that dates back to 1937. Iran was too much in a 70-30 blowout. It was a matchup of 2 and 3 teams when the Sterling City Eagles traveled to Van Horn. Sterling City won the first meeting in 2021. Sterling City was looking to snap a 2-game losing streak in this district opener. Which one of these Eagles would prevail? Sterling City comes out on top with a win 33-7. The Miles Bulldogs were hungry to bounce back from their first loss after a 4-1 start. The Junction Eagles have had a great season after a 4-1 mark in district. They blew out Rock Springs 76-0 last week, and their only loss was against Mason. They were facing Centerpoint for the first time since 2019. The Pirates came in at 3-3. Junction would roll 65-0. When we come back, we'll check out the results for Class 1A.
This is Friday Night Football on KLST, brought to you by Randall Motors.
Starting with the Concho Valley showdown between Erie County and Robert Lee. Keep your seat. This is Friday Night Football. This is the 5th straight year for Erie County and Robert Lee to meet up, and this time it was at Griffith Stadium in Robert Lee. Erie County entered at 2-4, and the Steers were 4-2. The Steers held a 15-11-1 series lead coming in, and they would go on to win this one 61-12. The Hornets looking to answer back. A pitch outside to Colton Laudermilk, and he's getting it out. Run everyone to tie the game with the October sky in the background. And Robert Lee wasn't done. Another double pass. The move in the pocket and the prayer shot to the back of the end zone, caught for the score by Wyatt Bosworth. Robert Lee again, second quarter, another double pass, scans the field and dumps it off to Jackson Tavares for the score and the lead into halftime, 31-12. And like I said, Robert Lee went on to win 61-12. Very Best is 5-1 and Paint Rock is 0-5 in this matchup. It's the 10th straight year with the Falcons holding the overall record. Very Best with a kick return to open the game, and the fans didn't have to wait a second for action to start. The kick taken all the way back, number 4, to put the Falcons up 6 early in this one. Very Best with the ball next on the drive, a run to the left, and number 14 takes this one to the house to extend the lead to 2 scores. The ensuing drive for the Falcons, and we have a highlight show to show you. First a kick return touchdown, and now an outside run to the right. Poodles the man and takes it off. No one to catch him. This game gets away early. Very Best walks away with a 57-0 win. Our next matchup in Class 1A was the Menard Yellow Jackets at Lakey. Menard came in with a 4-0-1 record, and Lakey was 4-2. The Jackets held a 9-1 series lead. Something had to give. Something had to give when the Blackwell Hornets and Olfen played. It was a matchup of teams hungry for their first win. Blackwell led this series 2-0. This was the first meeting since 2021, and Blackwell would go on to win 66-0. Our last matchup of the night featured the Bront Longhorns at the Lorraine Bulldogs. The Longhorns got off to a 1-5 start, and the Bulldogs came in at 3-3. This is the 3rd straight year for this showdown. Bront held an 18-12 series lead. This one went down to the wire as Bront won 62-61. When we come back, we'll look ahead to next week and finish things up. Stay right where you are. This is Friday Night Football.
This is Friday Night Football on KLST, brought to you by Randall Motors.
Welcome back in. We have covered all the games from tonight. Let's look at one of our Dr. Pepper trivia questions, again from this past week's sweepstakes. Paint Rock and Very Best have played how many times in a row before this season? A, 7, B, 9, C, 5, or D, 0? And here's some of the headlines from Week 7. The Central Bobcats lost their District 2-6A opener at Midland Legacy. Lakeview rolls 43-6 on homecoming. Wall wins the district opener 48-7 on the road against Merkel. And Robert Lee in an all Concho Valley matchup tops Erie County 61-12. That's all the games from tonight. Here's a look at some of the matchups for Week 8. Central will host Odessa Permin. Wall faces Cahoma at home. Miles travels to Cross Plains. And Very Best makes the trip to Water Valley. Friday Night Football Week 7 is officially in the books. Don't forget to visit the Concho Valley homepage for any extra news and information regarding tonight's games. And don't forget to put in your answers for the Dr. Pepper Trivia Sweepstakes. Now, sadly, that does end it for us here tonight with KLST Sports. I'm Charles Bryce. I'll see you for Week 8. Thanks for hanging out, and good night, Concho Valley.